Hello guys, I don't even know where to start, but I feel the need to tell you about this fantastic adventure with my neighbor, who left me speechless in every sense. Before starting, I ask you to leave a like and press that subscribe button to have luck in finding a neighbor like me, who enjoys using her mouth to entertain you. I am 29 years old and have been married to my husband, Ben, who is 31 years old, for 6 years. Our relationship has always been solid, or so I thought. Lately though, things have been a little difficult between us. Ben has started working more hours at his new job, and between work and commitments, we don't spend much time together anymore. We still love each other, but the passion hasn't been the same for a while. We've gotten into a rut, and it seems like we're just moving forward without emotion, and that's when it happened. My neighbor, 33-year-old James, started to catch my attention. James moved in next door to me about a year ago. He's a single guy, works as a graphic designer, and is a really quiet person. We greeted each other every now and then, chatted about the weather, neighborly things. But one evening, after a particularly difficult week and when things between us weren't going well, I went out for a walk with the dog and met James. We talked for a while, nothing much, just some light chatter, but there was something. He was so easy to talk to and listen to me in a way I had heard in months. It was just a casual conversation, but something inside me clicked. He was kind, funny, and very present. Ben was always distracted, always on his phone or immersed in work. But James was different over the next few days.